YouTube family, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I hope you subscribe before you leave. So this pick a card reading, we're going to be taking a look at what is the next life-changing event that is changing your life for the positive. This was a really fun and exciting reading. I hope you guys really enjoy it. I know I took quite a while off of YouTube. And if you want to listen to group 3, I talk in more detail of what I've been going through over the last couple of years, but some of you know I've been in search of housing for quite some time after losing everything, like almost everything financially that I had. And I'm finally back in my own space. Have a beautiful, wonderful place that had just, I am in awe still of manifesting it. And I'm finally back. I'm like a back. So if you guys were around back in the beginning, whenever I had like a very beautiful setup and my energy maybe seemed a little bit different, I'm back to that, but I'm better because I went through a lot of experiences and I grew and I learned, and now I can share all that with you guys. So if you want to hear more, head on over there for that. But back to your reading, you have 3 groups here. You have the opalite cloud, you have the howlite cloud, and the rose quartz cloud. So go ahead and make your selection. I'd like to give a special shout out to some of my patrons: Terry, Winston, Adam, Sophia, Tina, Michelle, Stephanie, Amber, Connor, Andrea, and Megan. Thank you guys so much. And thank all of the rest of my patrons for your support. I love you guys so much. You all are part of the reason why I was able to make this move in this transition, and I really, really appreciate it. If you want to help support the channel, please join me over there. I do all signs reading every week. I do extended monthly readings for the all signs. I do pick a card readings, 3 or more each month, just for patrons. And I have a lot of all this stuff that has already been done, all those pick a cards that are just sitting there that you have access to right away. So if you want to get more content from me, more readings from me, head on over there for that. Also, if you really love these cards and these crystals already and you're like, oh my god, that's so cute, where did you get that? Head on over to my shop, because I do have all of this in shop right now, witchybabeshop.com. You can also book a reading while you're there, either a live or recorded session. And if you want to book a same day written reading, you can get that now as well on my Etsy shop. And so that's 1111 Witchy Babe on Etsy. That's the only place you can get a same day written reading from me. And that is about it. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you at your selection. Hello, group 1. So you all chose the opalite cloud. And this cloud and crystal cloud and this deck, this beautiful deck, is they're both on my website. So I'll put the link in the description box below for both of these. But let's go ahead. We're going to find out with this reading what's the next life-changing event that is changing your life for the positive. We're going to see what's coming in next, okay? And we're going to see when about that's going to happen. So let's get started. Your card, ooh, so group 1, you chose the Magician. There's a manifestation that is coming in, group 1. There's a manifestation. You have created something, you have been working on something, you've been trying to draw it in, and that is what is going to be changing in your life. I'm hearing very soon, but I will wait to get over to that actual section to give you a time frame. Yeah, you manifested this, so that's what's changing in your life for the positive, is a manifestation, a good one that you've worked on for some time coming in. Now let's see more about this manifestation. We have Justice reverse, the Hermit. Wow, look at all this major arcana. Wow, the Emperor reverse. This is really big, group 1. Okay, so what you're manifesting is something that you had found was not very fair or just, something you wanted to bring into balance, something that you had to do a lot of reflection on, a lot of you had to pull your energy away in order to bring this in. So you had to get really focused in on this manifestation. I'm hearing that there was a point with this that you were just saying, it's not fair that I don't have it yet. It's not fair. I've worked, too hard for this, for it to not be happening yet. And then I'm hearing patience. So you were learning patience all along this journey. I also feel like with that, you also were trying to make things happen too quickly here. And when you actually pulled back and you allowed yourself to get some rest and you allowed yourself to put your energy and focus on other things in your life, this balanced out the energy. Okay? If you would have got it sooner, then you wouldn't have held on to it, basically. You had to wait for the right, this is definitely divine timing. Okay? What is this, Spirit? You're like definitely getting blocked on what this is. 7 of Wands reverse. Yeah, this is something where before you weren't ready to compete. You weren't ready to face on other challenges or other challengers. You had to do some other work on yourself, working in on the details. 10 of Pentacles. I think a lot of you needed stability first. Stability in your emotions, stability within your home. With the castle there, stability in regards to being aware of maybe some blockages, some chakra blockages, or being aware of some imbalances in those chakras I'm getting as well. And now you're ready. You've done all the things that you needed to do to create this environment to bring in this manifestation. The moon reverse. This is something that's also like it seemed very hidden from you. You just, every time you would try to achieve it, every time you would try to go after it, it just seemed like nothing would ever work. Now, there might even be an element with all of this, because this is so much major arcana, that you don't even really necessarily see it coming when it all comes together. Like, you're really surprised of when it actually happens. What is actually the thing that sets this manifestation off? What action you take that sets this manifestation off? Because it's not hard work on your end at this point. You've done the hard work, so it's not hard work, and you were anticipating having to work really hard, and in that hard work you would hit this moment. This is, you're more pulled back with your energy. You're more, I'm hearing, restrictive with how you're using your energy, what you're using it on, and it comes right through. So we have Venus. With all these major arcana, transits may be really important at this time in regards to timing. Now, we have Venus conjunct the North Node that's building right now, and will be coming up exact this week. I don't even, actually, it might be, I think it's Thursday this week. So it depends. If you're on my Patreon, then you're going to be seeing this earlier. You might be seeing this after this transit happened if you're on the YouTube channel. So join me over on Patreon. Love to have you. But like this transit may be activating something, or a Venus transit to your natal chart may be activating something. Also, in regards to the topic, Venus rules finances, it rules relationships. So you may be seeing something change in that department. It also rules your values, and it rules like, how do you feel comfortable? How do you feel like, what makes you feel really good about yourself? Okay. Clothing, makeup, accessories, home decor, all that kind of stuff. So that may be what this is about. Topic wise, we have the 6th house, which rules your work and working relationships. It also is health, your day-to-day routines and habits. I feel like with that, this is like your day-to-day routines and habits is what lined you up for this to come in. Like, it was the small things that you did every day. You had to take all those small steps to get here. But this also definitely with Venus in the 6th house could have something to do with your health, your appearance, the energy that you are projecting out, and the people you're attracting in because of it. Might be meeting somebody new, group 1. Okay, what else here for this new positive, this life-changing event that changes your life for the positive? Okay, so we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. This is definitely more than you just getting something, group 1. This is like you seeing how powerful you are as a manifester. Okay, so look at the bigger picture here. Show gratitude for it. And like I said, it was happening soon. It's literally happening soon. So when we're talking about timing, it's very soon. It could happen, hours to weeks after you watch this reading. Look at that, improving health. Some of you, your health, your energy, you've been trying to manifest better health, better energy, feeling good emotionally, physically, mentally, and there's going to be a huge surge in energy. Everything is coming into balance and into alignment. And you've been taking steps in order to make this happen. Like I said, this is not my group that it's just happening to you. You've done the work. You put in all the effort. Now it's time to reap the reward. Okay? So that is what I see for you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I get this question often. Yes, I do personal readings. If you'd like to book a recorded or live session, head on over to my website, witchybabeshop.com. If you would like to book a same-day written reading, you can do that over on my Etsy shop, and that's 11 Mom Witchy Babe. Links are in the pinned comment and description box below. If you like the deck that I use, the tarot deck today, or if you like the crystal clouds and you'd like your own, then head over to my shop. Again, that's witchybabeshop.com, and you can purchase that there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Deep gratitude for all of the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the shares. I've gotten quite a few subscriptions, and I haven't posted in quite a while because I had to take some time off. Because I've moved. I'm now back in my own space after 2 years of searching for my own space. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back to recording how I used to a couple years ago before my life got a bit chaotic. And I'm excited for you guys for group 1. So let me know how this resonates below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Oh yeah, shout out to my patrons. And if you want to check out my Patreon, that's 11 Mom Witchy Babe as well. Hope to see you there. Love you guys. See you very soon. Hello, group 2. So you all chose the Howlite crystal. You guys might be artists, or you might be somebody that is works in like communication, or you use communications, writing often in your work. I'm getting. You also might have something to say to somebody. I have a lot of pressure in my throat chakra. So, but we're here, that was just kind of some signifiers. We're here to talk about what is the next life change that's happening for you, that's positive, that's going to steer your life in a more positive direction. So, and we're going to find out when as well. Ooh, look at that. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And if you like this crystal cloud, or if you like the deck and you decide you want it, that's available on my website, witchybabeshop.com. Okay. So you guys, Wheel of Fortune, like your luck is changing completely. Let's see if there's a specific topic. Is it just overall luck? What is changing here for you in the positive? So we have the 7 of Cups. What's changing? It's interesting because I said in the beginning, with it being Howlite, like you guys might be needing to communicate something, or people that communicate for your work, or something about communication. And the 7 of Cups is a very Howlite energy when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune hitting it. Now, the 7 of Cups upright represents being under an illusion, a fantasy, not being able to see things clearly, having a lot of options and not knowing what to choose, not knowing what the truth is. So when it goes reverse, which is what happens when the Wheel of Fortune hits it, you see the truth. You have the clarity. You know exactly what your options are. You know exactly what you're getting into. And so I feel like for you all, group 2, the next really positive life event that's happening is setting you in a direction. It's you gaining the truth on something you were very confused about. And remember how I said when I was trying to start talking, I was having a hard time talking, and I always take that as a sign of maybe you guys are having something that you want to get off your chest, you want to speak to, you want to share with somebody, you don't know how. Maybe you are in a connection where there's no communication, or maybe even, I heard blocked communication, maybe even blocked person, they blocked you. And what's going to be happening as a life event is you're getting an opportunity to gain that clarity on what you weren't aware of before. I'm really drawn into her right here. And so to me, this is probably about your love life for many of you, okay? Or something you have a lot of love for. There's a lot of love behind it that's creating kind of the rose-colored glasses, but you're gaining the truth. But this is very positive for you because it allows movement forward, and that's what you're seeking. What else do we have here? Four of Wands. Group 2. The Chariot reversed. Okay. I definitely think there's a connection in your life that is severely out of balance, doesn't seem to have any direction, doesn't bring you a lot of happiness. And I'm hearing you are not to blame, or like there's part of you that blames yourself, or just maybe questions and wonders, is this like me? Did I do something here? And you're definitely not to blame. You're going to be gaining clarity on why this connection has so many problems, why it's so out of balance. I'm hearing you're freed. You're freed from maybe like caring about it. You're freed from being under this maybe illusion that it's your fault, or there's something that you could have done. This definitely feels like this is the other person's shit, basically, that they're dealing with, and it had nothing to do with you. Let me get some clarification on this Four of Wands reverse. This could even be somebody within the home, somebody you live with, or a family member as well. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I think, honestly, you guys, a lot of you, and I don't want to diagnose anybody, but a lot of you are dealing with narcissists. And what I'm getting from this is that, like, you are a source of energy for this person, but they don't know how to love you, or really anyone, especially themselves. And this is why you feel so responsible for what's happened, responsible for their emotions, their reactions, their decisions, is because you've gotten into that narcissist and maybe empath paradigm that happens, where you're just you're getting sucked into their chaos and you can't see clearly because you're so, I think group 2, you're very compassionate people, you're very understanding people. I'm hearing water signs, so check on in below if you are a water sign. But you're very compassionate, understanding people, and you want, like, you give the benefit of the doubt, especially for this individual. You want to see it from that perspective versus the truth. However, you're getting the truth, and this actually may not feel very good when it happens. This may not feel like a change of events that's positive, but it is, and it will feel positive in the long run because you desperately needed that clarity. You needed to be freed from feeling responsible, and you needed to recognize the level of codependency that exists in this connection. I feel like this person will act in a certain way when they feel you pulling away to draw you in, to make you feel like either, oh, they're being like how I used to know them, like how when I first met them, or two, they need my help. There's something seriously wrong and I need to be able to help them. You're going to get one of the two with this person, or maybe both, whenever they see that you're not falling for one of the acts. And you need to just understand that this is, you are under an illusion. You are under the Neptunian funk, okay? And it's clearing up now. And now you see exactly who you're dealing with and exactly what they have to offer. And you can make your decision going forward. The Chariot reverse, I just feel like it's one of those connections that in this moment is going nowhere fast. There's nothing you can do about it. I do feel like this person is having some sort of spiral because they are, yeah, look at that, Ten of Cups reverse, because they're severely depressed. With this Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups reversed here. I feel like they are very depressed, they're very down, they're feeling very low, not very confident, so they're overcompensating and maybe trying to start trouble where there doesn't even need to be trouble because they just want to see that you care. It's, it's that any attention is good attention type of, stuff going on here. And so basically what you're going to be shown is how this is not emotionally fulfilling, and that this is very codependent and you're needing to be more self-sufficient, and that this is not going anywhere in the way that you're trying to help the situation, and it's time to pull your energy back. And by doing that, it frees you. So what's changing in your life next in regards to life event is you getting the truth, so you're freed. And I do feel like overall your luck starts to change because you're no longer attached to this energy. Now you might be dealing with an Aries. I feel like also what's changing here is there's a stronger, and we have Virgo as well, there's a stronger recognition of who you are and what you want and what you have to offer, and what's in service of you and not just in how you're in service of others. Aries and Virgo energy are very different, because Aries is, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is, I am here and I am God. And Virgo is, I'm here to serve, and I am here to heal, and I am here to protect. I'm here to do something for you. So, and I'm not saying that's what Virgos are, but just saying the energies are very different, where it's a very self-focused energy with Aries, and Virgo is a servant type of energy. So I feel like you're going from the servant type of energy into a more focused in on you, what you want, what you're focused in. Really, like a glow up is what's happening here, group 2, and you're redefining who you are. And that's really awesome. This is what this truth does. So again, when it happens, more than likely doesn't feel that great, honestly. Like with the cards that we have here, the energy that I feel feels heavy, doesn't feel that great. You're gonna cry. It's okay. You might feel stupid. You might feel like you were fooled. It's okay. Allow yourself to have those feelings. Don't hold on to any of those judgments that may come up in your mind, because they are not true. It's just the ego. And start to see what this is showing you, which is that you need to be more independent, and you need to define what brings you emotional fulfillment. Okay, so when is this going to be happening, Spirit? When is this going to be happening? We have the North Node, and we have the first quarter moon. So with those cards, I would say this definitely could be happening during some significant North Node transits, which we actually are in right now. So this could be something that's happening very soon, within the next couple of days. This also could be happening under a first quarter moon. So that will be coming up in a couple weeks, I believe. And let's see what else. But of course, this is timeless, so it doesn't really matter. Those are just some signs. When is this happening from when you're watching it? No need to worry. Because I said you don't need to worry. And then no need to worry came out. When is this happening? Success. Okay. I'm not getting much there, but I'll give you some messages from that in a minute. When is this happening for group 2? When is this happening? What's the timeline? Okay, 4 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is going to take some time. This is... And you can take this timing if you want or not, doesn't matter, but this is something, it doesn't mean you're not going to have other changes in your life, but this particular big life change, which Spirit's saying, hey, you needed to hear this now, so is likely not going to happen until the first quarter of next year, okay? So you're going to go through a continued process, and maybe for some of you haven't even met this person yet, especially if you're listening to this and it doesn't really resonate. This might be one of those you want to bookmark and come back to in a couple months, if you, like when you hit this energy, basically, if it ends up being for you. But this is something that's going to take some time. I'm going to say that because I had heard first quarter of the new year when this card came out, but I was like, oh wow, really? But yeah, first quarter of the new year. So not for some, it may be happening very quickly. Like I said, I get the sense, because I think a lot of people are going to pick group 2. A lot of people do pick group 2s because it's in the center. And so a lot of you may be picking this, and it may be determined by your North Node transit, which makes a lot of sense, because the North Node is a point of destiny. It's a point of when major events do happen. So right now we're going through a transit of Venus being conjunct the North Node, which is really powerful. But with your actual natal chart, you may be having specific North Node transits that trigger this. So you could check that out. If that's something you would like me to look into, you can book on my website. But yeah, I'm going to say, to give an overall message, we're talking in the first quarter of the new year, of whenever you're watching this, okay? All right, so that is going to be your reading group 2. I love you guys so much. Just a couple of things. Again, if you liked this deck, which is absolutely gorgeous and I love it so much, it's the Rainbow Heart Tarot. You can go ahead and pick that up on my website, witchybabeshop.com. If you like the crystal clouds, you can pick those up on my website too. If you want to book a recorded or live session with me, witchybabeshop.com is going to be where you can book that. And if you would like to book a same day written reading with me, you can do that over on my Etsy shop. And that's 1111 Witchy Babe. All the links are down below. I also have a Patreon. I would love to see you there. If you want to check that out, want to get more content from me, even though I took a lot of time off YouTube, I was still posting for my patrons for the most part. I did end up taking some time off with them. But if you want to get more constant contact from me every week, then join me over on Patreon. I post there usually at least once a week. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello, group 3. So welcome to your reading. We are doing what is the next life event that's coming up that's going to change your life for the better. So I'm really excited about this. It's been a really positive reading and exciting reading, and those are my favorite. I like the ones that are fun and exciting and good news versus maybe some of the stuff that's a little bit more draining. And I don't know why I'm bringing that up right now. So that might be, maybe you've been having to hear a lot of difficult readings and you've been going through a difficult time, and so this is going to be something that's going to uplift you. I can promise you that. So group 3, you are drawn to the rose quartz cloud, and we're going to see what your card is. Rose quartz, I'm sure you know if you're here, but if by chance you don't, is connected to, it's the love stone. It's connected to the heart chakra. It's connected to relationships. It's connected to self-love in particular. And it's just a fantastic stone. And if you do like these adorable cloud crystals that I have, they are available on my shop, witchybabeshop.com. And let's take a look at your card. Ooh, look at this. We have Judgment. Okay. And this deck is also available on my shop as well. Judgment is here. So there's something the angels are announcing from the sky for you. Something where you are being recognized, group 3, and it is a surprise. It is a very, so this event that's happening in your life is huge. I am seeing you on, I'm hearing like world stage huge for some. And yeah, I said it's life changing, absolutely, but this is one of those like events in your life that you're destined to have, that a lot of your life has been building you up for, and a very positive one at that. You're getting recognition, you're getting reward, you're being seen, you're having something rule in your favor, and those around you are like cheering you on. Ooh. We have the 9 of Pentacles coming in reversed. I'm sorry, 9 of Swords reversed. This is at an end of a very difficult experience, where you're being vindicated. I saw these swords as bills. So some of you, maybe you're in the process right now of dealing with a lot of heavy like debt and things you don't know how you're going to take care of, and you're just feeling overwhelmed. I'm seeing somebody just dealing with all these bills that say past due on them, and they just are burying their head. They don't know what to do anymore. You're going to come out of this, okay? You're going to come out of this in a very surprising way. There's a judgment in your favor in the heavens and on earth. 5 of Swords, there's going to be no need to fight. There's that mental anguish that you're going through. I know how hard this energy is. Believe me, 100% know. I've been there far too many times in my lifetime. I'm just starting to come out of it over the last 6 months, a year. So I absolutely know what this is like, and you are blessed, group 3. You are blessed and protected. You are going to have circumstances that come into your life that help alleviate this energy, and it's going to be surprising how it happens, how quick, like once it starts to happen, how quickly it happens, how quickly these debts, these problems get taken out of your path and out of your experience. Let me clarify this Tower, please, Spirit. The Empress, look at this. Part of this is you are a master manifester. You are just naturally abundant. You are naturally a very feminine energy that doesn't, gender does not matter. You're very receptive energy. You're very abundant energy. And you're receiving. So this doesn't seem like, to me, you're doing things to force this to happen. This is not you in a masculine energy. This is you in a feminine and receptive. That doesn't mean that you're just sitting around and it just plops in your lap, but it's definitely coming easier to you than somebody that's being told, oh, you have to get up and do this, that, and other to make this happen. You may have to listen to your intuition, with it being feminine energy, to guide you to take the steps you need to take, to go to the places you need to go, to ask questions you need to ask. But once you basically unlock that door, then everything comes to you. Okay? 5 of Wands. Yes, your 9 of Swords reverse energy is, it just seems like everything caught on fire at once. Everything became a problem at once. Everything became overwhelming at once. And this is you're freeing yourself from this. I mean, look at the difference in these 2 cards here. The peace and the calm and the harmony and the abundance, and then this just chaos, right? Like, you're coming from a place, I feel like, if you resonate with this, that you guys are in right now, is in this 5 of Wands. You're in this chaos. You're in this 9 of Swords upright. And what's changing in your life is all of that's going away with minimal work from you. Okay? We have the Strength card coming out. Spirit's wanting to remind you of your strength as you go through this process. And I do feel like there is a bit of uncertainty as you're going through it. The moon is here, which represents like uncertainty. While it's full, it's shining its light on things, there's still a lot that's left in the darkness. You will always have enough light to see what your next steps are going to be, just like when you're under a full moon. But even if it's a full moon, if you're in a really dark area, you can only see a couple of feet ahead of you, right? You can only see what your next steps are going to be. And so that's what I'm getting here, is that, like, you're going to always have the next steps that you're going to need to take, as long as you're listening to your intuition. But you're not going to have the full picture. You're not going to know the full path. You're not going to know exactly what your destination is. And that's because part of this experience is supposed to be surprising. So you guys got the most powerful, I would say, change in regards to how much it's going to change and alter your life. And it's really taking away a lot of difficult energy. Okay, let's see what else, Spirit. Look at this. Yeah, remember I said bills. Second house is a house of finances and of resources, of ownership. So I know if those bills are piling up right now, you're like, what the fuck do I do? How do I get out of this? How am I going to afford this? Some of you are going to school because I'm seeing tuition. How am I going to afford to pay this? And then I have Mars coming in reverse. You just have to know what it is you want. You want to be debt free. You want to be able to afford these things. You want to, whatever it is, what you want, like, really get it into your heart, your soul, of what you want. And that's what you need to do. And then you need to ask, please guide me on how to get it. But it's not, well, I don't even know what to do, and I got to do all these things, and I don't even know. No, but if you feel yourself getting overwhelmed like that, start back from point 1. What do I really want? What do I really want? And I just recently went through this experience. As I told you, the last 6 to 12 months, things have started to get better. But I went from a period, a place which I had already started my work on myself and started the shop and my readings in this page and everything before this had all happened. So I actually saw it starting to fall apart, my finances fall apart through my readings to myself. And I was just really hoping that they weren't true. And I was just, my fear projecting, and it was all very, very accurate. I went through some of the most difficult experiences financially over the last couple of years. I lost everything. I lost my home. I lost 90% of what I owned. I lost just everything physical. I lost my car, everything physical, everything I spent multiple years building up. I had been in a space of serious abundance, the type of abundance financially where you don't worry about what the cost of dinner is, or you don't worry about what you're putting in your grocery cart. I should have probably been more worried, but I wasn't, because it was just money was flowing in like nonstop. And overnight it stopped. It ended completely. I had to learn a lot of lessons. I had to learn about my own personal development. I had to, luckily I'd already started my work, but I had to be it forced me to be very focused on it. It wasn't just something that I did that I enjoyed for fun anymore. It was something I either was going to have to cut out completely in my life or put my 100% in. Because I either was going to have to go work, 80 hours a week, which I really couldn't, because I have kids it was middle of COVID, homeschooling, everything fell apart. Everything fell apart at the worst time ever because COVID hit, and I was left with continuing to focus in on my work and trying to stay positive as I had to move back home in with my mom, and some stuff happened there, and then I had to move across country, and I lost. It was terrible. I don't want to go into full details, but it was just a very bad experience emotionally. I went through a lot of realizations about poverty mindset. I went through a lot of realizations about self-worth, and a lot of information about manifesting. And this just came from really trial and error of myself and what I felt guided to do and what I felt guided to learn, and trying things out, not by a particular person that teaches manifestation or anything, but just like what I felt drawn to do, and what I felt like manifesting truly was. So, to say all that, I finally got to a point where I was financially ready to get my own place. But because of my history, because of my recent lack of real rental history that wasn't a family member, because again, me and my kids, we were all staying in one room together for 2 years, you guys. And if you got kids, it's challenging. They're little, but still very challenging experience mentally, emotionally. But we were all safe and sound and secure. So anyway, I got to the point to be able to rent again, to get my own place, get our own space, get back to some normalcy that we hadn't had for a couple of years, and I couldn't find one thing. And so I had to go dive in deep to myself to feel what it felt like to have my own space again, that feeling that I hadn't felt in a long time. I had to go deep into myself of what did I really want? Not what was I willing to settle for, but what did I truly want after all this time, this effort, this energy, just like you guys, that I feel like you've put in a lot of time, effort, energy into fixing this situation, improving the situation, all to have it not turn out in your favor. And I got rejected so many times. I spent over $1,000 in application fees, and I have some opinions on that kind of stuff, but I spent over $1,000 in application fees. I got rejected multiple times a week. I solved multiple times a week. I found my quote unquote perfect place multiple times a week, only to waste money to get rejected because they didn't trust my background. They didn't like what I did. So, in regards to my career, I finally got myself in a place where I knew I had to put 100% of my energy, just like this energy right here, 100% of my energy into what does it feel like to have my own place? What does that feel like? What do I want to see every day? How do I want to start my day? And so I decided to go on vacation. And I went on vacation, and I was like, I really probably shouldn't waste the money doing it, but I got to, and I don't know why. So I listened to that intuition, and this is what I'm talking about. None of my hard work ended up well for me. It was my lazy work that got me where I am. It was my lazy work that got me into my dream place. It was my lazy work that got me into seeing the abundance of trees and greenery every morning that I wake up and look out of my windows that just goes out into the forest. It was my laziness or my sense of indulgence that had me sitting drinking coffee at this very luxurious home that's just maybe 20 miles away from where I'm living now, in an area that I never even really thought of because I didn't think I could afford. But once I actually indulged in it, I decided to, well, what's around here? And bam, within a week I was approved, and now I'm here. So I know that's a long story. I talked way too long, but that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Of when I always am telling you, like, I understand completely. I don't want to sit here and talk about myself, but I'm the only one that I can talk about. I can't talk about my clients that much. And I know myself better of saying that I know exactly what you're being called to do because I've been called to do it before. And that's just kind of what happens when you step into this line of work is you have to experience things in order to be able to help people with what they're going through. And it was a shock how fast this all came together for me once it was found. And it's going to be a shock for you how fast this all comes together and how much you're released from once it's time, once it's found. You may have to find the door, but all you have to do is open it. You don't have to do the manual labor of digging in the room and finding the treasure. You just open the door and it will come to you. So that's your reading group. Oh, we didn't even talk about timing. I mean, there's a lot of divine timing here, I'll say that much, but let's try to get some timing. I'm going to use angel answers. We'll see if we get anything there. Forgiveness. Yeah, that's a big thing with this energy. Let me tell you, and it's so fucking annoying, dude. But like, with this energy, you can't be mad at people even if they deserve it. That is another thing that each time I've had a big shift in my life, which my first one, which some of you guys may remember, is when I left my home state and I spent the summer in the desert. And that experience, I manifested. It was manifested in the craziest way, and it all came together so freaking quick once I was ready. But it didn't happen. It happened literally like about 24 hours after I had written a letter of forgiveness to all those that had hurt me, like forgiving them and apologizing myself for anything that I had done to hurt them, just so we could release all the negative energy between us. And I did this same thing. I didn't write it, but I said it out loud in the shower during a spiritual shower for some resentment that I was holding on to, and it was a particular person that I was living with at this time. And they deserved it 100%. Like, I still, human side, deserved it, but I had to let it go. I had to let it go. I had to try to let it go. Have I fully let it go? Absolutely not. I haven't, because I still dream about it. I know there's anger there. I'm a Taurus though, so it's kind of hard to let things go. But I actively was like, I am trying to let this go. I am trying to forgive you. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I want this freedom from this connection. I just want to be free from it. And so that's what I basically did, is I just poured my heart out, and then bam, opportunity. Things start coming in. You hold on to that resentment, all you do is hurt yourself. There's something better. So I feel like this is something that's going to take some time, and just like my story of what I went through, there's going to be rejections before you get it. I got rejected so many times I cannot tell you, but I can tell you that I spent over $1,000 on application fees. So you can do the math. I got rejected so many times because everything else I got rejected for was not as good as what I have now. Okay, when is this going to happen? Can I get any timing, or is it divine timing and we're just telling them where they're... All I can tell you is kind of where you're going to be at when it happens. Prosperity lies ahead. Taurus. New moon. Full moon in Pisces. So for some, if this resonates, this is something that's going to happen between Pisces and Taurus season. So that's Pisces, Aries, and Taurus. We're talking the beginning of the year. Others of you, I really feel like this is something that is just, it's divine, and it happens when it happens, and that's different for all of you. But what you're going to know is before it happens, you're going to have to forgive whatever you've been holding resentment for. Whoever you've been holding resentment for, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to not forgive, but you're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to work on it and really mean it, that you're really trying. That's what you really do want. And you're going to face rejection, and you're going to face failure first. And you're going to have to keep pushing through. So super long reading for you guys. Sorry about that. So, and I know every time I talk about myself, there's somebody that has something to say about it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not, I mean, I'm a person as well as somebody that is channeling information. And sometimes I get prompted to use my experiences to share with you. And I would say for as many people that complain about that, I get more people that enjoy it because it makes them feel like they're not alone, that somebody understands fully what they're experiencing. And I know how valuable that is whenever you're going through this type of energy, to feel like you're not alone, to feel like you're not the only one. Because this is something that makes you feel like when you lose everything, when you get so overwhelmed and your sense of security is failing, it makes you feel like a failure because of how this world is set up. And I want to let you know, you're not a failure. You're just somebody in a situation that is very difficult, and you're handling it very well, and you're going to continue to handle it well. And yeah, you're going to have to face rejection and pain and fear and doubt and those late nights. Sure, you might have to face some really difficult energy here, but you're going to come out on top. There is an end to this. There is an end to this, okay? So that's going to be your reading. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to thank you so much for all of your comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. That means a lot to me. It really helps support the channel, so I'm in deep gratitude for all of that. Again, if you like this deck, or if you like the crystal clouds, you can check those out on my website, witchybabeshop.com. If you want to book a personal reading with me, either a live or recorded session, you can do that also on my website. But if you'd like to book a same-day written reading, then you can book that over on my Etsy shop, 1111 Witchy Babe. The link is in the description box below. I also have a Patreon where I do readings. I post usually at least once a week, generally a lot more than that, but once a week, and I do all signs readings for the week. I do just different pick a cards that only are on there. There's like, I'm sure like probably 500 videos already posted on there. So if you are interested in all that, then join me over on Patreon. I would love to have you. I also have a deeply discounted reading available, personal reading, as one of the tiers on there. So if you're interested in saving some money, you can book that. Join that, I should say. And that's about it. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.